So, it just seems that this Kris Tyson situation just keeps on evolving. I honestly didn't really expect it to, but I mean, are we even really surprised that things keep on going on? So in this video, it's not probably going to be as long as my previous videos on the whole entire situation, but I have already made 2 videos about this. I made my initial video of when everything started to come out about it, and then I obviously made a video about when Kris Tyson responded to all, you know, the allegations and all, not really allegations because, you know, everything had just pretty much come out, but all the things that had come out about him and also other creators' responses as well. But in this video, we're going to be covering a couple of things. One of them, and that's going to be the first thing that we're going to be covering, is Mr. Beast has finally responded to the whole entire Kris Tyson situation. Which, you know what, it doesn't surprise me that he took a little bit of time to fully respond to this a lot longer than, like, you know, a lot of other people have come out and said about this. And obviously Kris Tyson responded yesterday, but it's taken, you know, Mr. Beast like a day or two to respond. But it's good to see that he finally has, and he put a tweet out today, and I'm gonna put it on the screen now. I'm gonna read it out. Over the last few days, I've become aware of the serious allegations of Ava Tyson's behavior online, and I am disgusted and opposed to such unacceptable acts. During that time, I have been focused on hiring an independent third party to conduct a thorough investigation to ensure I have all the facts. That said, I've seen enough online and taken immediate action to remove Ava from the company, my channel, and any association with Mr. Beast. I do not condone or support any of the inappropriate actions. I will allow the independent investigators the necessary time to conduct a comprehensive investigation and will take any further actions based on their findings. Now, this response is extremely interesting and eye-opening itself. Like, to me, like, when I expected Mr. Beast to respond to all of this and everything that had happened with Kris Tyson, I honestly just expected Mr. Beast to say, hey, we've removed Kris from this whole entire situation. What they did was completely unacceptable, and that was it. The fact that he has come out and said that he is hiring a third party to go ahead and, like, investigate this whole entire situation, to me, is extremely interesting. I mean, we kind of have to question whether it's true or not. Like, we really don't know. Like, I'd like to hope that, you know, what Mr. Beast is saying is trustworthy, and I'm not, like, out here to make any conspiracy and say, like, he's completely lying to me, what he's saying is completely untrue. But obviously, you know, we have to, like, you know, it's fine. I feel like it's always fine to be cautious with every single thing that's thrown out on the internet these days, even if it comes from a massive creator like Mr. Beast. But I really do hope that he is truthful about this investigation being done. And I will be surprised. Like, I feel like even if something does come out of this investigation, I don't really see Mr. Beast coming public with any of these, like, no matter what his findings are, especially if his findings tend to be, you know, something extremely horrific and something, like, worse than we've already been led on to know about when it's come to, you know, this whole entire Kris Tyson situation. So I don't really see anything, you know, even, like I said, even if there is something found out through these investigations, I don't see anything, you know, becoming public with all this, and most of it being kept private. Now, not only has Mr. Beast responded to this, but there's also been a couple developments and a couple, like, you know, worse things to kind of tack on to this whole entire Kris Tyson situation. So the first one that I'm going to briefly mention is Mutaha made his video about Kris Tyson, which doesn't surprise me whatsoever. Of course, Mutaha, being as big of a creator as he is, being in the commentary field as well, he obviously is going to make a video about this, and he actually pulled up some DMs of Kris Tyson kind of like going at him. Like, I don't know if any of you know, but a couple months ago, Mutaha made a video about a transgender person. I can't remember exactly what their name was, but Mutaha was pretty much calling them out for their behavior. Like I'm having an absolute blank right now of what the video exactly what is about. But basically, this person was behaving in a terrible way, and their actions were, you know, pretty much rightfully so, that they shouldn't have been doing what they were doing. And Mutaha called them out rightfully so. And all the people, like so many people in the trans community, were going at Mutaha because it's just like, oh, you're just going at this person because they're trans. And it's just like, no, that's not what he was doing. You know, Mutaha was calling that person out because of their actions, not because of who they were, but because of what they were doing. I mean, this is the exact same with this whole entire Kris Tyson situation. Is that, like, you know, there is some people, don't get me wrong, there's always going to be some people who are going at Kris Tyson because, you know, they are transgender, and there's a lot of people who don't like the transgender community and all that kind of stuff. But majority of the people are going at Kris Tyson because of the actions that they have displayed. And the actions they have displayed is obviously unacceptable. But, you know, Kris Tyson went ahead and just had a dig at Mutaha in the DMs. And, you know, rightfully so, Mutaha has now made these public. And, I mean, once again, it doesn't even seem that, you know, Kris Tyson themselves even watched, you know, Mutaha's video about this whole entire situation. But a big development out of this whole entire story, and I'm going to play a clip, and the clip does go for a few minutes, and usually I don't play clips for this long, but I feel like I have to play this clip for as long as it is because of the context of it, and every single bit needs to really be, like, heard. So there is another person who has come forward saying that they have been involved with Kris Tyson in the past, and that they are admitting that Kris Tyson displayed extreme inappropriate behavior towards them.
Kris Tyson from MrBeast used me, manipulated me, and did very inappropriate things with me while I was about 15 years old. I was actually friends with Lava GS at the time, who is the main victim of Kris that everyone has been talking about these last few days, who claims he isn't a victim, but we all know he is, and we all know he probably got paid off. Not only that, but he's also under an NDA from when he worked for MrBeast Gaming for 2 years, and he tried to get me to join MrBeast Gaming himself, Lava. He's the one who actually sent me the contract and tried to get me to sign the NDA, at which point I ended our friendship because I knew they were just trying to silence me. Me and him were both initially involved in running Kris's Discord server, helping him set up his Twitch streams and moderating them.
Nate's calling me. Hey, what's up? You're on stream.
You just leaked your address. Please end your stream. As well as other technical back-end things that he needed help with. This Discord server that we were a part of had about 10 people in it, most of whom were minors. I'm not sure how they got in there, other than me and Lava. He won a giveaway and Kris invited him after that. And Kris invited me after I saw one of his tweets asking for help setting up a Garry's Mod server for the 10 million subscriber MrBeast video. This turned into us having lots of private conversations with Kris and playing video games with him for hours on end. Not only did we do a lot of unpaid work for him that he promised he would pay us for, he would also frequently bring up sexual topics that was definitely not appropriate to bring up around 15, 16-year-olds, especially with him being like, I don't know, 20, 21 years old. He would even go as far as linking me several different corn and hentai videos throughout the time of me talking with him. Not only that, but he had an NSFW bot in his Discord server before he made it public. So when it was just a private server, his little circle of minors. And he would use this NSFW bot to spam different corn images, alongside all these 15-year-olds. He would also frequently call me dad and daddy as well as the others, which I guess we all kind of just took as a joke at the time. You have to think this is someone who we looked up to at the time, we idolized, we thought was the coolest person in the world, so they couldn't really do any wrong in our eyes. But looking back, I was definitely uncomfortable at being called daddy by a 20-year-old. Even just thinking about it now, it's just uncomfortable. This server later went public and became his official Discord server, but before it did, he had me and Lava spend multiple days scrubbing this Discord server clean of all of the N-words he had sent in it, as well as his friends, as well as deleting the NSFW channels and making sure no one could see that he was spamming corn to minors. This story is so much bigger and runs so much deeper than any of you really realize, so if you want to hear more and you want a part 2, let me know.
That video, like that clip, is extremely eye-opening. And I mean, it's not good for Kris whatsoever. And I mean, you know, whenever, like I even said in my first video about this situation, is that a lot of the times, whenever there is like one person that comes out, like, you know, Lava was the first person, even though Lava's come out and denied all this stuff, and I will get to Lava more in a second, is that like whenever we hear about one person, majority of the time, not saying all the time, but a lot of the time, whenever there's one kind of victim, there's majority of the time, there is more than one. So you know what? It is not really surprising to see that someone else has come and spoke up against Kris Tyson. Now, This clip was actually posted on Drama Alert on Twitter, and Lava themselves, a person who has been like in the center of this whole entire drama, did respond to the tweet by Drama Alert posting that initial clip, and they have responded right here saying, yes, I know him. A lot of the statements he made in that video about me are completely untrue. I was friends with him, we played games together, and I worked on the Discord. He was later removed from the Discord because of how unstable he was. He would lash out and verbally attack other members of the team. I never sent him any contract, and I have not been under any NDA since 2022. I have not received any payment, nor are any of my socials monetized. I did inform him that he might be offered a job to help work in Minecraft videos around the time I was, but this never happened. We did not scrub the Discord clean of racist remarks or porn. We did convert the Discord from a private one to a public one in a day after it had been made public. This involves setting up moderation bots and channel permissions. We also had never done unpaid work. At no point was there any agreement that we would be paid for anything we worked on. Nathan has since deleted his Discord messages between me and him. He also deleted his original Discord account. Nathan was more involved with Jake the Viking. Here's a video with Nathan in it and being tagged as the editor. And if you go to that link that is on like the reply, it just links you to a Jake the Viking video with Nathan being tagged in it as the editor as well. And it's really, really hard to like believe who's right, whether this guy whose name is Nathan that originally made the video or Lava is right. With this whole entire Lava situation is that like we've seen some of the messages that Kris Tyson has put towards Lava in the past and sending weird and inappropriate Snapchats as well. And then Lava coming out and straight up defending Kris. And it's just like, we see the evidence of what Kris has said to you. Like, why are you still defending this person? Like, they obviously said inappropriate stuff. You know, they said extremely inappropriate stuff towards you while you were a minor and they were an adult. Why are you like constantly defending this person? So that's why it's really hard to see like who's actually right and who's wrong with this right here, this situation about Nathan coming out and stating that all of this stuff is a lot worse and that they had to like scrub the Discord and all that kind of stuff, but Lava denying pretty much everything that Nathan said in this clip. So it's more of just less of like, it's really he say, she say. Like, there's evidence that, yes, Kris Tyson has acted inappropriate in the past, but with this new stuff that's coming out, like what this guy has said, we don't have any actual evidence of anything of what he has said. But hopefully, if there is evidence, you know, it does get shown. But that's going to be it for this video. Let me know what you guys think about this down below. Hopefully, this is my last video about this whole entire Kris Tyson situation. I mean, it's the exact same with Dr. Disrespect situation. I made like 3-4 videos about Dr. Disrespect, and because, you know, that was just constantly developing, and this whole entire situation is constantly developing every single day as well. But hopefully, this is the last that we hear about it, at least for a little while. That's going to be it from me. Make sure you guys like, subscribe, all that stuff. Peace out.